こんにちは、エンマさん、ラネヤです。お久しぶりですね。お久しぶりですね。This means it's been a long time. I briefly touched on the use of "o" when referring to generalities. For example, the word wolf is kami, but it's said ogami, the wolf. So basically, O is really an honorific form for objects, things, ideas. So, for example, tea. You don't have a cup of tea, you have some of the tea, ocha. So even though the word for tea is cha, it's ocha. Likewise, a pair of chopsticks are the chopsticks, ohashi. So there are a lot of words that begin with o. And these are never for imported words, like this is my kohi. We never say o kohi. Kohi is an imported word. Imported words don't get honorifics. Besides o, there is also go. And you've heard go before when I was describing the samas, gochiso-sama. There is also, for example, when referring to people in another person's in-group, the word go is frequently used. Family is kazoku. But if I'm asking about your family, I will say go kazoku. As mentioned before, also in previous lessons, we never say your family. We never say you when speaking Japanese because it assumes too much, it's too intimate, and it can be condescending. So using honorifics is a way to distinguish my in-group from your in-group. So if I'm asking go kazoku wa dou desu ka, then because I'm using an honorific, that means I'm elevating your family. I would never elevate my own in-group. So that's a way of asking how's your family without saying the word you again. Or likewise, how's your husband? Go shujin wa dou desu ka? So husband is shujin. If I had a husband, I would talk about him I would just call him shujin. Shujin wa ii desu. My husband, shujin, is great. Other ways of referring to other people is, for example, when I'm talking about my situation, I'll talk about my house. I'll say Uchi. Uchi ga ii desu. Everything's okay. When I talk about Uchi, of course I'm meaning myself. Watashi no Koto. Koto, by the way, might as well get some vocabulary in there because you'll hear Koto referred to, and it's actually a very handy word. There are two words for thing in Japanese. One is about ideas and concepts and non-physical things. Koto is the word for that sort of thing. So here is the handiest phrase you'll ever be able to use in Japan. そんなことは なんということですか? なんということですか? This is a cup. If you want to know what to call a cup in Japanese, nan is short for nani. Nanto. Now, I've introduced to briefly before, for to ishoni, but the word to has an additional use as conjugation as well, and that is for quotations. Sometimes more casual speak will say te, especially when speaking to children. So you hear a lot of parents talking to children. For example, when I come to visit, my student will say to her children, she will say, konnichiwa te, to the children. Konnichiwa te means, is short for konnichiwa to iite kudasai. It's a lot shorter. A lot of people use te as a short form of to for a quotation. So it's just a marker. So if I say nanto, then the person listening to you will know you're asking about how something is said. You, I, you, nanto you means, what do you call it? Nanto you koto. Koto is what is the thing that you call this, or what's the word? What do you use? Nanto you koto desu ka? Kore means this. Kore, there are, I'll make another video on this because it is, it's pretty necessary to understand the meanings of kore, sore, and are. But right now we'll just we'll do a direct translation. Kore means this, means the object directly in front of me, the object closest to me, or the thing that I'm concerned with right now. Kore. Kore wa, this is nan to you. What do you call it? Koto desu ka? The thing that you, or what is the thing that you call it? Kore wa nan to you desu ka? And the answer is, kore wa koppu desu. Or cup. This is a cup. Kore wa nan to you desu ka? Koppu desu. Or actually, koppu, because they can't say cup. They actually don't have short vowels in Japanese. It's a, I, u, e, and o. They don't have a, they don't have so they have a and o. So kapu or kopu, it's actually said kopu, and as mentioned before, consonants never stand alone. They're always paired with an a. So so in my kopu there is kohi. As I mentioned before, there's no F sound except for fu. So this is kohi, not coffee. Otaku wa, I'm running out of time, but I did mention uchi means talking about myself. Likewise, when you're asking about other people, you ask otaku. Otaku wa, otaku doesn't mean video game fan like it does in the United States.